Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's W-O-R-I-M-I, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Okay, for you sensors out there, just please note that I already have my channel set at 18 and over, and this is entertainment only. I got pinged the other day. I don't know whether it was something that the sensors picked up or whether it was somebody reporting the video. Please, if you don't like the video or you don't like the topic, just go away. There's plenty for you to indulge yourself in. Anyhow, I got pinged. And then, of course, all you lovely viewers were expecting some hanging from the chandelier nudie pictures or something. No idea why. No, there were no nudie hanging from the chandelier pictures. What I want to have a look at in this, and I've literally just written it down, Harris 1 year point. I'm getting a draw to have a look. So what's happened is that, and she got an absolute flogging by Fox, as we know, in regards to this, but Harris put out a message, social media message the other day, saying how honoured she had been, and it marked 1 year from the moment that she started her campaign for president. Now, interesting topic and interesting timing. What also was included in that message was photographs of the massive crowds that she had attracted, and Mike Waltz was in some of the Waltz was in no T Waltz was in some of the images as well. I want to know whether there was something a little bit more there. Now you got to remember that after November the 5th, Harris, I believe, went on holidays. I think Joe went on holidays too in December. Harris went to Hawaii. She did not look like she was on holidays. They were located, she and Doug were located, they were in an area that was near the military cyber base. And then something happened where both Harris and Biden rushed back to the White House, and I think it was to coincide with the release of Avril Haines' Department of National Intelligence report on the security of the election, which comes out every election, except that we have not seen it yet. It usually comes out around that Christmas time, and it gets posted in the National Archives. Haven't seen it yet. So they both rushed back. Now, I'm going to put it out there just for everybody. Don't shoot the messenger. Just think about what would have happened if at that time Biden and Harris had come out and said the election has been stolen, this flipping occurred, we're not leaving the White House. Can you imagine? So MAGA was fully ingrained in MAGA at that stage and had been fed for the previous 4 years about election stealing, blaming the Dems, claiming the Dems stole the election. A couple of theories on that as well, but I think part of it was the fact that Trump couldn't believe that he didn't get elected in 2020 because there was a lot of stuff going on that he thought that he would have won, but he was the whatever was happening, the flipping of machines, etc., was circumvented by the number of mail-in votes. The mail-in votes overrode the little dial on the let's steal this many votes type thing. Now, allegedly, entertainment only. So first of all, he couldn't believe that he lost, which is why he was claiming that the Dems stole it, but also setting up for 2024. So you can imagine if Biden then declared that he was not leaving the Oval Office, that it had been stolen, without... Well, even with evidence, because then there would have been, oh, it's fake, it's, all this sort of carry on, that the witch hunt that's, had been ingrained in the MAGAs. What would have happened then is any fence sitters, so we're talking about the middle ground, not the us progressives, not the MAGAs, but that whole middle ground of the disinterested, disenfranchised, really couldn't care less. Oh, yeah, I like this one, but I can't be bothered voting, blah, blah, blah. Imagine which way that middle ground would have gone if Biden had said, I ain't leaving, this is a coup, blah, 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 blah. It would have been full-on civil war. And what side would the military have taken? Anybody's guess at that time. So that's why nothing happened at that stage. The only way to destroy a cult is from within. That was the understanding. So the powers that be knew that they had to let the Orange Twerp and his regime go through, expose themselves completely. And to be honest, look at who they've exposed. I mean, I posted something in my post section about Leon Black. The Leon Black, who is the son of Ben Black, and Ben Black is the one that the Orange Twerp wants to put in charge of the international funding investment thing. Leon Black, how many accusations, charges of child abuse, I'm leaving out a word in the middle there for the censors, was he brought up on, or was he accused of? We would never have heard of the likes of that particular billionaire without the felon being in. So I'm just putting it out there. We're in uncharted territory, but we had to go through this process. But what I do want to have a look at, and I'm wondering which cards to use, I want to have a look at why now. I know it's the year anniversary. Didn't have to say anything. So why now? Why now? Barack Obama has come out, his office has come out and issued a statement about the DNI claiming about the FBI and the Russia, blah, 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 blah. I'm assuming Hillary will come out with a statement about what they're accusing her of again. Oh, just the usual. Why now? And I'm using the Gilded Tarot Royale because they know that the cracks in the dam are there and they're going to just burst out at any moment. The Ten of Swords are poised to fall. Could be legal action. I mean, Rockland County has been brought forward from September to August. Mikey of the Little Johnson dismissed Congress so that Ghislaine couldn't be subpoenaed to testify. That's not half suspicious. That happens they're back in that second to third week of August. August. We thought July was going to be big. We're going to have a couple of weeks breather in August, beginning of August, but then boy, oh boy, is it going to ramp up. Public opinion is changing rapidly, seeing things from a different point of view, being exposed. So why now with Harris? Sorry, that was a big burble as usual. Why now for Harris? What do we need to know? Harris, it's her 1 year. Yes, it was 1 year, but she didn't need to say anything. But what she's doing is she is reminding people of the energy and the support and the hope, the overwhelming feeling of hope and possibility that was a year ago. Oh, boy. So what's happening with Harris behind the scenes? What's happening with Harris behind the scenes that we need to be aware of? What's happening with Harris and her team behind the scenes that we need to be aware of? What's happening with Harris and her team behind the scenes that we need to be aware of? King of Wands, action. This is also the lawmakers, the legislators. This is my card for the legislators, for those in Congress, taking action. Okay, I'm going to put that there for 2 seconds and I'm going to grab my yes/no cards. 6 yes, 12 yes, 12 no, and 2 blank. Did Burchett and or Comer consult with Harris? Do you want that one? Yes. About subpoenaing Maxwell? Yes. Yes. They didn't consult with Bondi or the Orange Twerp. I think they were in touch with somebody in Harris's team, because this is legislators taking action. Okay, yes. I like those yes/no cards now that they're really tuning in. Okay. Why now? The 9 of Cups. It is wish fulfillment. It's also, might be careful what you wish for, but this is also the little mouse in the top there, pooping in the cup. So be careful what you wish for, be careful what arrangements you've made, who you're cheersing, who you're toasting, because the rat here is pooping in the cup. Okay? Something unexpected out of left field, or some difficult conversations that have been had with this Page of Cups, some information, difficult information or unexpected information that was presented. Okay, in the past, Russia, and I suspect there's the deflection of Gabbard with the Obama Russia thing. I keep feeling the Mueller report is going to come out unredacted at some stage. I mean, spy names, agents' names might be redacted, but the rest of it. David from Tarot by the Bay apparently has a copy of it, and he was talking about it in a video the other day, where he said he's only read the first half of the highly redacted report, and he said it was absolutely inflammatory as was, let alone what has been removed. So I think that with the and I said it the other day when I was reading, with Gabbard, Tulsi Gabbard coming out, Director of National Intelligence, coming out and making a statement about Obama, the end of Obama's term, the early Trump. This was when the Mueller report and the Steele dossier and stuff, coming out and making a statement about that. They're trying to get ahead of the ball, because I think there's more. I think it's going to be released, and it's going to come out, the information. So why Harris? Why now? Okay. Because there's going to be a tower moment, an absolutely explosive tower moment that is going to tear everything that we thought was factual down. Well, not you and I, but thought. It's going to tear MAGA world down, and it's going to explode the crown off the top, and the emperor is going to be seen as completely naked and falling out of that tower. There is something incredibly explosive. So I think, yeah, okay, wow. And she knows it. Something to do with Homeland Security. Could also be holding on to some document information. This was my card for. This is my Homeland Security card. Protection of the homeland. Documentation here. Okay. I see Laurie from Way of Positive Change has put out a new video and I'm busting to watch it. I haven't watched anything this morning. I tend not to watch other readers' videos until after I've read because I don't want to be tainted by what they're reading. I see Rosie Insights also got one out about, what was it, Congress being dismissed as well. I haven't watched that either. I'll be interested to see what Rosie gets. Externally, it's the end of an era, end of a cycle, end of this oligarchical money, end of the snouts in the trough. Internally, emotionally walking away. Why now? Three spilt, or is this walking towards? Now, I don't feel, I feel that Harris will be offered to run for nomination for president, but I do feel that in the meantime, and she might well do so, but what I really get is and I've been getting this for actually over a year now, but I thought, oh, maybe it was just, while there was dispute over Harris winning, that there would be an interim government put in. I always saw that her inauguration would be delayed and an interim government. And I thought, oh, well, that was because there would be such outcry about the election being stolen from the Republicans. Didn't realise which way it was actually going to go. I'm getting that she's going to be put in as Attorney General. She will very possibly be offered to run for nomination for president. Now, please do not shoot the messenger, remembering that she didn't go through the nomination process to start with. And I don't know whether it's going to be 26 or 28. It depends on how long it's to clean up the mess. But if she's Attorney General for until 2027 or something, or 28, oh boy, there's a lot of mess that she'll get cleaned up and then she can run for president. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work, but internally, letting go of the three spilt cups, knowing that she had the support, and walking towards this new sunrise. The sunrise is over here. The moon, it is the eclipse moon coming up. Okay, let's see where this goes. We've got here the hopes and fears, the voter. The voters who voted. Things being put to a halt. The heavy messaging, slogging up the hill, trying to get the message out there. And the investigation into the snake in the path. Unraveling of all the information. And the investigation of the snake in the path that's going to bring a completion of a cycle. Bring a joyful completion of a cycle. A big judgment, wake-up call, collective awakening, call to arms about the vote switching. That's one of the Six of Pentacles. It's one of my vote switching cards. And we've got the Two of Wands here. There is a clear path forward. We, the people, have to choose to take that path. And on the bottom, we've got the crossroads as well. As things turn into a nightmare situation for the fading misogynistic patriarchy, as volatile information comes forward about this regime and about the orange twerp, and he's going to be absolutely on the defensive. And here's my Chariot, the military, coming forward, or is this a rightful leader coming forward? Yeah, I just, secrets that certain elements are trying to keep hidden with the Four of Pentacles are going to be revealed with that Page of Wands, and it's going to be a highly emotive period, highly emotive. And this is about loss, betrayal, disappointment, the three spilt cups. Remember that Eight of Cups, that she's walking away from those three spilt cups. The three spilt cups, this devastation. There's my D&I Haynes card, the Queen of Wands. There's the Emperor. So the Queen of Wands bringing forth the report. The Emperor finding himself taken down, or just even his image taken down, as you've got the whistleblowers bringing forth the information about the votes and the strength of the cases. Yeah, I think she is prepping because she knows this is imminent. And I mean, imminent doesn't mean tomorrow, but I think she's did it to remind people, if I haven't said it, entertainment only, remind people of the support and the joy and the optimism and the what we could have. And look at those two cards that popped out at me. The devil being exposed. Queen of Swords, that's my Harris card. What else is there? Endings. The devil, ending, being exposed, ending, Harris. Wow. What was behind that devil? Packing up legal, moving forward, and justice. Something coming forward, being offered. It's going to be explosively big stick and fiery. And then because this moment is pending. Yep, okay. That is why Harris put out that post, because there is something imminent, and secrets being revealed, offered and surrendered, a nightmare situation, and then we have a choice about which way to go forward as we learn about this vote flipping. Okay, where on earth do I go with that? I might leave that there. I like that video. I might leave that there. I think that's why Harris has put that post out there. Is in consultation about what to do. She's been set up for the Attorney General position is what I keep getting. Now, I know in a live the other day, Susan Lynn and Civil Harmony, again, they were picking up something really big for her, but not necessarily the presidency. They were speculating on what it is. I just keep getting the Attorney General position again. I mean, if you want to have a look, yes, no, yes, no, yes, they're all there. 12 yes, 12 no, 2 blanks. Blanks mean in flux. Is Harris. Now, I know a few of you, when I last mentioned it, when I picked that up initially, were like, oh, but she can't bring the cases against the Orange Twerp because it would be a conflict of interest, etc. She doesn't bring, the Attorney General doesn't bring the cases. Just like Garland appointed Jack Smith, and Jack Smith also brought on Alex Whiting, RICO specialist Alex Whiting. They were the ones that would have been doing the prosecuting. So she's not the one that would be prosecuting. She would be the one that would be overseeing, directing the traffic and appointing the appropriate people they then do the investigating and bring the cases. Okay. Remembering that if it wasn't for Aileen Cannon, the Orange Twerp would already be convicted of international treason, selling documents, you name it. But okay, let's have a look. Is Kamala Harris being set up for the federal attorney position or something of that ilk? As I keep saying, we are in complete completely uncharted territory. Is she? Yes. Yes. On the bottom, yes. Yes, she is. Doesn't mean she can't run for president down the track. It just means that there is this in-between period. Okay, entertainment only. Love to you all. We went down some really wild rabbit holes today. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Take care. Bye-bye.